You ever look in the mirror and think, wait, was my skin always this tired looking? Then squint harder and realize it's not the lighting or the cream you forgot to put on last night. It's the hair color. Been there. I once swore by a deep espresso brown that looked great in my 30s. But by 60, it had all the charm of a coffee stain on porcelain. Still, I held on. Out of habit, out of nostalgia, out of the very human hope that maybe, just maybe, it was still working. Welcome to Glow After 60, where we trade guilt for glow and bad advice for better choices, with a side of been there, done that honesty. Today, we're diving into something deceptively simple: color. Specifically, the one shade that instantly lifts mature skin without surgery, filters, or a full closet reset. You'll learn how our skin tone changes after 60 and why your once perfect brunette or black might now be your biggest glow stealer. We'll also bust a few hair dye myths, and I'll show you what actually flatters our faces now, based on real color science, not TikTok trends. And yes, I'll tell you exactly what color made my neighbor Jan look like she just got back from a spa weekend, when really it was a box dye and a coupon. So grab your tea, lean in close, and let's start with the color most of us clung to for decades, and why it might be the reason your skin tone suddenly looks a little sleep-deprived. Tip 1. The jet black illusion, and why it's probably time to let go. Let's start with the one that's hardest to quit: jet black. It's bold, it's dramatic, it's the Audrey Hepburn of hair colors. And if you've been wearing it since your 20s, I get it. So did I. Ask me how many stylists I told, just the darkest black you have. But here's the twist: what looked striking in our 30s now makes us look struck. See, black creates sharp contrast. And when your skin was firm, glowing, and full of natural pigment, that contrast worked like a charm. But after 60, our skin softens, color fades. The features we want to lift, our cheekbones, our eyes, start blending into the background. And guess what jet black does? Doubles down on the contrast, which means harsher shadows, more pronounced lines, and a face that looks a little scolded, even if you're smiling. And no, it's not just you. Colorists see it all the time. Black hair can drain the light right out of your face. It's like putting on the same lipstick shade you loved in high school, and realizing it now makes your lips disappear. But here's the good news: you don't have to give up richness or elegance. Soft black, dark chocolate, or a rich espresso with warm undertones can still give you drama, just without the drag. It's about shifting one tone down to bring the light back to your skin. And if your heart clenched a little just now, that's okay. Letting go of a signature shade can feel like breaking up with an old friend, one who's been quietly aging you behind your back. Next up, the color most of us skipped in our younger years, but now it's basically a facelift in a bottle. It's basically a facelift in a bottle. Tip 2. Soft rose, the color we all ignored until now. Okay, so you've moved past jet black. Let's talk about a shade that probably never even made it to your radar back then: soft rose. If you're picturing cotton candy or a flamingo at a garden party, pause. This isn't bubblegum pink. It's barely there blush, like the faint tint your cheeks used to get after a brisk walk in October. I used to roll my eyes at pink. I thought it was too girly, too sweet, too not me. And then I tried it, not on a dare, but on a whim. A soft rose balayage, barely noticeable. And suddenly, my face looked like it remembered how to blush again. Here's why it works. As we age, our skin loses those warm, peachy undertones. Soft rose brings them back. It doesn't scream, "Look at me." It quietly warms everything up, like good lighting in a cozy restaurant. Or that one friend who always says, "You look rested," even when you're running on 4 hours and dry shampoo. And if you've got silver strands peeking through, soft rose plays beautifully with them. It's like adding a warm filter without needing a ring light. You don't need to go full pink, by the way. A hint in the highlights, a rosy glaze, even a tint conditioner can do the trick. And the best part? People won't say, "Did you dye your hair?" They'll say, "You look amazing. Did you sleep?" Coming up next, the creamy, understated color that works magic on dull skin, especially in winter. Tip 3. Warm Ivory, the secret weapon for winter wash skin. Now let's talk about a shade that sounds boring until it's on your head. Warm Ivory. Yes, ivory, the color we usually associate with wedding dresses, throw pillows, and do not bleach labels. But here's the kicker. For women over 60, warm ivory isn't bland, it's brightening. Especially if you've ever looked in the mirror in February and thought, "Why do I look like I haven't seen the sun since 2004? Been there. My hair had gone that brassy beige that no one asks for, but somehow just happens. Then my stylist suggested a warm ivory gloss. I nearly said no on principle, because who wants to walk out of the salon matching their bathroom towels? But I caved. And let me tell you, my skin lit up. Not in a dramatic makeover way, more like someone quietly turned the dimmer switch back up on my face. Here's why it works. Warm ivory adds soft light without the starkness of platinum or the flatness of beige. It reflects warmth into your skin instead of pulling it out. And if you're transitioning to gray or already silver, ivory tones blend in like they were always meant to be there. Think candlelight glow, not spotlight shock. Bonus, it goes with everything. Scarves, glasses, lipstick. It's the color equivalent of "I woke up like this," but actually believable. Coming up, the one jewel tone that flatters everyone. And no, it's not navy. Tip 4. Rich Plum, the confidence color you didn't know you needed. So ivory gave us glow. Now let's add a little attitude. Enter Rich Plum, that deep velvety shade that sits somewhere between red wine and royalty. Confession, the first time I saw someone over 60 with plum-toned hair, I assumed it was a salon dare. But then I saw the full picture. Her skin looked warmer, her eyes popped, and she had this quiet confidence that said, "Yes, I know I look fabulous. And no, I didn't ask for your opinion." Here's why Plum works like magic. It has red and purple undertones, which bring life back into skin that's lost a little contrast. Unlike jet black, which can cast shadows, Plum reflects soft vibrancy. It lifts the cheeks, brightens the whites of the eyes, and gives you that glow from within look, without needing to drink 8 glasses of water a day. Let's be real, it's also unexpected, but in the best way. People notice it, but they can't quite place it. They'll say, "Something's different," instead of, "Did you dye your hair again?" And don't worry, you don't have to go full grape soda. Even just a plum glaze or lowlight adds depth and warmth. Try it once, and you'll get it. It's the color version of finding a new lipstick you didn't know you needed, and now can't live without. Next up, a color that sounds earthy, but works like a neutral with benefits. Tip 5. Soft Olive, the neutral that surprises everyone. Now, I know what you're thinking. Olive? On my hair? Am I marinating? But hear me out, because soft olive tones might be the best-kept secret in flattering mature skin. They're subtle, earthy, and shockingly good at pulling out the gold and warmth in your complexion. I stumbled into this one by accident. My stylist mixed in a touch of olive brown to tone down some brassiness, and I nearly canceled my dinner plans. Not because it looked bad, because I needed a minute to process how good it looked. Like someone had turned down the harshness and turned up the harmony. Here's the sciencey bit. Don't worry, it's short. As we age, our skin can shift from peachy to more neutral or yellow. Warm greenish browns, like soft olive, sit opposite red tones and help balance things out. The result? Skin looks smoother, less blotchy, and dare I say, more rested. It's also super low maintenance. No glaring root lines, no "whoa, new color" reactions, just a quiet shift that makes people say, "You look really well." And if you're into natural, low-fuss vibes, olive tones pair beautifully with gray, silver, or faded highlights. Think forest walks, cashmere sweaters, and that one lipstick that's always in your bag. Coming up, the final color. And it's not a shade so much as a statement. You might already be wearing it or resisting it with everything you've got. Tip 6. Luminous Silver, the shade that owns the room. And now for the big one, silver. Not the faded, halfway there kind. I'm talking luminous, intentional silver, the kind that says, yes, this is on purpose, and yes, I love it. Now, full honesty, I resisted this one for years. I thought silver meant surrender, that it meant I'd given up. Spoiler, turns out, it just meant I finally stopped fighting a battle I didn't need to win. Because when silver is done right, it doesn't wash you out. It lights you up. It adds contrast to softening features. It reflects light onto your skin like a soft focus filter. And it tells the world, I'm not covering anything up. I'm turning the volume up. There's a reason more and more women are choosing to embrace it. Not out of laziness, but out of power. Silver, when toned and styled well, becomes a statement. Not I couldn't be bothered, but I know exactly what I'm doing. And yes, it takes a little upkeep. A purple shampoo here, a deep conditioner there. But trust me, it's a different kind of effort. One rooted in pride, not pressure. So if you're already silver, rock it, brighten it, let it shine. And if you're still coloring and curious, try a transition with soft highlights or a silver glaze. No rush, no rules, just options, and the permission to choose differently today than you did yesterday. Coming up next, a quick recap and how to tell which color might be your glow-up. So what did we just learn? That black can be a little too bossy. That soft rose is like blush for your whole face. That warm ivory turns winter skin from washed out to well-lit. That rich plum brings the drama, in a good way. That olive isn't just for salad dressing. And that silver isn't surrender, it's strategy. If you saw yourself in any of these, you're not alone. Most of us have been coloring our hair based on what looked good at 35 or what hid the grays at 45. But after 60, it's not about hiding. It's about highlighting what's already beautiful and choosing colors that play with your skin, not against it. You didn't mess up. You just didn't have the right info or the right lighting in that salon mirror. And remember, you get to change your mind. You don't owe loyalty to that color you've been using since your knees were still reliable. So tell me in the comments, which color are you curious to try? Which one have you already fallen in love with? And if this made you smile, nod, or say, well, that explains it, go ahead and tap that subscribe button. Here at Glow After 60, we believe feeling good shouldn't feel like homework. Just better habits, softer lighting. And maybe one really good toner for your hair, not your skin. But hey, do you. Thanks for being here, for learning, laughing, and giving your glow a second look. See you in the next one.